you're not lazy, you're overstimulated. I don't think most people are lazy right now. I think they're overloaded, emotionally overloaded, mentally overloaded, sensory overloaded, media in our hands 24 hours a day, overloaded. People are simply carrying more information, more opinions, more alerts, more compassion, more stimulation, and more emotional processing than human beings were ever designed to carry. And this has become normal. And then when we start to feel overwhelmed or burned out, people are now calling themselves lazy when really they're just exhausted. Honestly, I think this is one of the biggest silent things happening in society right now. Think about this for a second. The average person now checks their phone hundreds of times in a day. Now, it wasn't that long ago that I was like, the average adult checks their phone 40 times a day. That was probably 12, 13 years ago. It is now hundreds of times a day. It's not because they're weak. It's because the platforms and devices were literally engineered to capture and hold human attention. Your brain is constantly being interrupted. And it is, again, these programs are designed to keep you coming back over and over and over. Notifications, emails, texts, pings, news, algorithms, opinions, ads, ding, ding, stress, noise, ding, notifications, again, ding, in a different format, ding. I'm stressed just talking about it, quite honestly. And most people never truly unplug from any of it. There's actually neuroscience behind why this matters so much. Studies have shown that constant task switching and interruptions increase cortisol, which is your stress hormone, and it can dramatically reduce your cognitive performance and focus. Have you noticed that ADD and ADHD have gone up significantly in correlation with media usage? Now, media, I'm saying computers, phones, everything digital. That is not an anomaly, friends. Your brain was not designed to context switch all day long. But now we wake up, and what is the first thing you do? You probably turn your alarm off on your phone, or you reach for your phone to check on what you missed while you were sleeping. We almost instantaneously consume the emotions, opinions, stress, politics, achievements, tragedies, and highlight reels of hundreds or thousands of people before our feet even hit the floor. And Mel Robbins talks about this. If you don't know Mel Robbins, you should. Go find Mel Robbins. But Mel Robbins talks about how she changed her morning routine and what she does with her phone and when she is willing to interact with her phone. So this includes her phone being in a different room while she sleeps. And even after turning the alarm off, she has a routine that does not include interacting with the phone out of the gate. Because right when you wake up is your most precious time for your brain and for your energy. So when, again, we're picking up our phones and the first thing we're doing is taking in emotions, stressors, politics, tragedies, achievements, the highlight reels, checking our email, looking through our texts, checking the Slack or the Teams to see what's going on, that's not normal. We have normalized it. It is not normal. And what's scary is this leads to overstimulation. But overstimulation doesn't look dramatic. It sometimes looks like not being able to focus, feeling numb, getting that 2 o'clock slump, feeling behind, feeling irritable, feeling emotionally flat, struggling to rest and settle down. How many of you struggle to quiet your brain at the end of the day? I guarantee it's more of you than you're willing to admit, or that, I can't see you raising your hand right now, but it's there. Forgetting things, constantly feeling on edge. Again, even sitting down for 5 minutes in the middle of the day and feeling guilty about it. That can all be part of overstimulation. And I think one of the saddest parts about this is that people are becoming increasingly hard on themselves, because when we see all these reels and videos and tips and tricks of how everybody can do it all, we feel like we should be able to do it all too. And people might think, why can't I focus? Why am I so tired? Why am I not motivated? Why don't I have the energy to do this? Why do these simple things seem hard? But your nervous system literally cannot tell the difference between one big giant threat and 100 tiny little scissors snipping away at your time all day long. Now, I know it's coming. Here's what's going to come. Somebody right now is like, okay, Jen, but I have this medical thing going on, or my job has this level of stress going on. Those are valid things, and I'm not saying those are incorrect. Those can contribute to the overstimulation and overexhaustion. And there's also going to be somebody who's probably already said, oh, Jen, well, everybody's busy. Busy and overstimulated are not the same thing. Humans, quite honestly, have always worked hard. There was a point in our history not that long ago where if we didn't work hard, we didn't eat and we starved and we died. So humans have always worked hard, but humans were never meant to process this much input all day long. Also, we used to work with the circadian rhythm and like the sun comes up, the sun goes down. We don't do that anymore. We consume more information in a single day than many people just a couple generations ago consumed in weeks. Think about that. Your grandparents at work a while ago, that would be generations, right? Your grandparents at work in the 70s didn't have computers they were working on. They functioned on paper. Process that and ask them about it actually. But now, your brain never gets silence anymore. There's no downtime. There's no quiet time. And I'll be honest, there have absolutely been seasons in my own life where I thought I was losing motivation. As an entrepreneur and a co-founder of a fintech firm, I have felt that. I'm 100% owning it. I was just really mentally flooded and I was still functioning. I'm still achieving, still showing up, sometimes still getting to the gym, not as much as I did because I was working all the time. But internally, my nervous system never got a chance to turn off. And I was edgy. I wasn't producing at my best. I was producing, but not at my best. And I know I'm not the only one. Here's the trap that people fall into. People often try, again, raising my hand on this one. People often try to solve overstimulation with more stimulation. So they say, I'll listen to a new podcast. I'll add another productivity hack. I'll drink more coffee. And sometimes you don't even say I'll drink more coffee, right? It's just like, oh, it's 2 o'clock, I need a coffee. Oh, it's 4 o'clock, I need a coffee. I'm going to scroll here for a minute and, look at something else as a distraction. That literally is more overstimulation. Scrolling, my friends, is not rest. Scrolling is not rest. Having Netflix on while checking emails and texting people is not rest. For my friends who are in college and working on finals right now, same thing. Like having whatever you're binging on in the background right now, while you're studying, while you're also keeping up on your snaps, overstimulating. Your brain is struggling to process all of this. So your brain needs recovery, regardless of what age you are. And there's actual research showing that moments of quiet and boredom are important for memory consolidation, creativity, emotional regulation, and nervous system recovery. Full on, I have been taking more and more quiet time by myself because that is what my body needs to re-regulate and feel at peace. Most people, though, are not comfortable with silence. When is the last time you sat quietly with zero stimulation? Set a timer, sat in a silent room. You were probably antsy at about 8 seconds, maybe sooner. So we've lost the ability to just exist. This is a Jenn phrase here that I use all the time. It's really important to just be versus be doing. Even when you're hiking, Conscious Creator Community Podcast, this is affecting relationships too, because overstimulated people become emotionally reactive people. Tired people become impatient people. Dysregulated nervous systems create dysregulated communication. And when your brain is overloaded, even tiny things can feel enormous. So no, I don't think most people need to judge and hate themselves more. I don't think they need more shame. I don't think they need more guilt. I don't think they need another person online telling them to wake up at 4 a.m. and optimize every second of their life. That'll work for some people. It won't work for everybody. I believe a lot of people need more quiet, more presence, more glorious, beautiful sleep, more boundaries, more sunlight, connecting with our earth, more human connection, and more nervous system regulation. And honestly, probably less noise. Because maybe you're not lazy. Maybe your brain is asking for help in a world that never stops talking. And if this episode made you feel seen or heard, or you connected with it in any way, please share it with somebody who's been too hard on themselves lately. Because I think invisible exhaustion is everywhere right now, and it is growing. Maybe you are lazy today. Maybe you're taking a day or a week or whatever you need and you are being lazy. You're taking that quiet time. You are disconnecting right after you're done listening to this episode from some devices and just taking time to be with yourself. And I want to let you know that's okay too. We always appreciate you tuning in and listening to the Conscious Creator Community Podcast. We are here to grow with you, and we want to give you a safe place to learn together. So by all means, please share your comments with us. We love getting your comments. Like, subscribe, do all the things if you want to hear more episodes. Have an amazing day, friends.